Hey, my name is Adam Emmerich, and this is how I live on my own as a 21-year-old in Florida by the beach. So the first topic that I want to go over is food and like how I afford to buy food and eat and everything. First of all, I literally never eat out, like ever. My friends were in town last week and I ate out a few times, and that's probably the most that I've eaten out in like the last year. Not only should you not be eating out for price, but you should also just cook for yourself for health. At any age, it's really important to cook for yourself and be healthy and go to the gym and be fit and actually care about your well-being. And that's not just whenever you're older and you're starting to fucking deteriorate and you need some help. Nah, you need to worry about that whenever you're younger. Because as somebody who has cared about this kind of stuff for quite a long time now, I can tell you that it is just so much better quality of life to eat healthy foods and feel good. But in terms of the pricing, I actually want to show some comparisons of what it would cost you to just go to a regular store and just buy some stuff every couple days, like just a 12 carton of eggs or something like that, versus what I usually do, which is buy all of my stuff in bulk if I can. So the main things that I buy in bulk are oatmeal, chicken, beef, rice, Monster, eggs, and fish. So the things that I listed are pretty much my entire diet, and you don't have to do things like that. You don't have to just eat them straight up like chicken and rice and fucking beef and rice. Like, you can make so many different meals with these ingredients, and you could buy that smaller stuff, separate and whatever. But for me, I'm really all about convenience. I don't really give a fuck like what the taste is, and I've gotten so used to it after eating it for a few years and being on prep and then just continuing to eat it for years. It's just like, it is what it is. You add different sauces, you add some cheese here and there, and it's like, it tastes good to me. I don't give a fuck. And food is just fuel to me. Like, what goes in is gonna be my energy and build my body, and to me, that is what is important. But for example, this is what my oatmeal looks like. I buy 10 pounds of oatmeal. There's 2 5-pound bags in here, and that's pretty much the same story for a lot of my stuff. I buy like 20 or 50 pounds of rice, and then I get like 2 8-pound things of chicken at Sam's Club. A lot of this stuff I just buy at Sam's Club. So if you have a Sam's Club membership or somebody in your family has that shit, I would use it. I use my brother's because I don't want to pay for that shit. But any other like big wholesale store like BJ's or Costco is chill. So another thing is water. So for water, a lot of people just buy bottles and just keep them in their fridge and just, keep buying bottles. But for me, there's a water fill up nearby. If you have a fridge that has, filtered water, then that's great. I personally don't where I'm staying at. So I just buy 6 jugs of water, and then I just go to this water fill up, and it's like 30 cents or 35 cents or something to fill up a gallon of water. Whereas if I would just throw away this gallon every time I finished it, it would be like, I think $1.50 or $1.30 to get a new gallon jug. So, if you're comparing 30 cents to $1.30, like I'm saving $1 every single gallon, and if I'm drinking a gallon a day, like those dollars add up. So another comparison would be Monster. So I've talked about before how I love caffeine, and Monster is my caffeine intake. I don't drink coffee at all, which I know a lot of people do, so that would be a different story for that. But since I know that I'm gonna have a Monster every day, instead of going to the gas station and getting a Monster every day and spending $3 to $4 on a single Monster, I can just go and buy it in bulk at Sam's Club and get a 24 pack. And yeah, up front I'm spending, I think it's like $35 or $36, but in reality it's only $1.50 a can on average. So if you calculate that same 24 cans, but instead you're paying $3 per can instead of $1.50, that's $72 instead of $36. So you're literally doubling the price to go and buy every single day instead of just buying in bulk. So that's pretty much the story for every single thing that I talked about, and all those things are really important if you're trying to save money and live pretty frugally in order to live in a nice place or just live on your own wherever you are at a young age. Because unless you're doing really well and making a lot of money, even if you are, it's good to just save money and not fucking waste it on random shit like that whenever you could easily be saving money. The second thing I'm going to talk about is hobbies. It's easy to have a hobby that could just take all your money. Like if you're somebody who likes to go and ride a jet ski or something, obviously it takes a lot of money to get the jet ski itself and have the trailer. But I mean, if you have all that stuff already, it's like you still have to pay for gas and like maintenance on the jet skis and like that's a hobby. You know, if that's something you like to do, then it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna tell you to go and change your fucking hobby. But personally, I've always been lucky to find a lot of enjoyment in playing sports, which is usually free, unless it's like, you know, motocross or something or any vehicle where you're, you know, spending gas or maintenance. Same thing with the jet ski kind of thing. Or if you're like golfing and you want to buy new clubs and shit like that. But for me, I really like to play soccer and volleyball, and like that stuff is free, you know, like as long as you have a ball and you got some friends, like you could play. So that's something for me that I can do pretty much every single day and improve at, which is really important to have in your life. And the fact that that doesn't cost me any money is great. However, I'm not gonna lie, this fucking social media shit with all this camera gear and all this bullshit, this shit costs money. Don't fucking do this shit. I mean, I don't need it. I could be using a phone right now, but it's just like, we're human, you know? You wanna spend money, you wanna have nice things, and sometimes you fucking fold. And this is one of those things that I just fucking folded. So if you can limit the amount of folding that you do and not just fucking buy every single thing that you see just because it's better than what you have or you want it, then yeah, that'll definitely help you out. All right, so the next topic that I'm gonna talk about is credit cards. So I always have my credit card and my license inside of my phone case just because that's literally all that I use. I never use cash. So for me, I've always been really interested in finances. Like in high school, I would always watch like fucking real estate videos and stock videos for no fucking apparent reason. I didn't have any money, I just really enjoyed it. So whenever I turned 18, I was really excited that I could finally get a credit card and start building my credit. Like honestly, I think I was more excited to turn 18 and get a credit card than I was to turn 16 and get my driver's license. I ended up really liking driving, and I do a lot of driving now, but yeah, no, the credit card thing for me was like, damn, I could build some credit. That's like totally adult. But yeah, so the credit card that I currently have in my phone is a Hilton card. So it's an American Express card, and I could get points towards hotels for buying pretty much anything. And to me, that's really important because whenever I travel for modeling or something, I can just use my points instead of spending money out of my own pocket, because a lot of the time companies won't pay for my stay and I'll have to go and get a hotel, and you don't really get paid from modeling jobs for like a while, like 60 to 90 days after. So you know, sometimes you would rather not be missing $100 to $200 that you spent on a hotel, like for however long until you get the money back. Also, if you just have the points, you're just saving money because you get the points as just a byproduct of just buying normal things. But also one of the most important things is the intro bonuses. So if you go on a site called NerdWallet, that's what I like to use to look at different credit cards and their bonuses and all that different stuff. You can look through different credit cards that are gonna be most beneficial to you. A lot of the intro bonuses are like you get a certain amount of points or certain amount of money back if you spend such and such in the first couple months or whatever. So I think this card was you get 120,000 Hilton bonus points if you spend like 3,000 in the first 3 months, which, you know, if I wanted to buy different shit, like if I didn't spend $3,000 normally in 3 months, then I wouldn't do it because I'm not gonna go out of my way to spend extra money just to get this bonus, because then it's like, what is the point when I could have just bought the hotels myself, you know, instead of wasting money? Like the main thing is you don't want to be going out of your way to get these bonuses. If there's something that's in reach that you're going to do anyway, you may as well just get them. So, you know, I got the card and I just used it for every single thing that I bought, and it accumulated to, you know, the amount that I needed, and I got the bonus points. So that's pretty much like 5 or so free nights of staying that I just got from fucking living my life and using the card for whenever I buy stuff. So pretty much you can do that with any card. I think it's 6 months before you can get a new card and it'll ding your credit. You also want to look out for annual fees because some cards have annual fees, and you know, you don't want to keep getting fucking cards that have annual fees and then just keep running you up. So I would say stick to ones that don't have annual fees for now. And if you want to get one that has an annual fee, then that's okay. Just, you know, don't make it a lot of money. I'm pretty sure that's obvious, but figured I would say it. All right, so the fourth topic that I'm gonna talk about is drinking and going out. So I've never drank, I've never really been a going outer. I have sometimes, you know, on special occasions, but I don't drink, I just go and hang out with my friends. And if you're somebody who has done that a lot in the past, I suggest you slow it down if you're living on your own, because that shit costs a lot of money. Like if you are going to places that cost you money to get in, and then you're buying drinks, and if you're buying drinks for other people, like those nights add a lot. And not only do they add a lot, they take a toll on your body. So if you're actually giving a fuck about your fitness and trying to improve your life, and you have that like weighing you down, you know, you're hungover the next day, you're not able to perform at your best, and like, it's just not ideal, you know, and that's coming from somebody who like doesn't drink. So obviously I'm biased, but also if, you know, you can afford it and it's just, you know, you want to go have some drinks with your friends every week or two, you know, it's like, do what the fuck you want, bro. It's your life. I don't give a shit. But also like the main thing with that is that if you have a fucking addiction that costs money, like if you are addicted to smoking cigarettes, like, not trying to throw certain people under the bus, but you know, if you know, you're watching, it's just like they spend so much money on cigarettes, like so much fucking money, like it's ridiculous. And if you have an addiction like that, it's so hard to financially get over that, because you're just always spending money. Like that's just always a where your money goes kind of thing. Like you can't escape it. It's like having another monthly payment. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is the mental aspect of living on your own. So if you're somebody who's lived on your own before and it's, you know, no big deal to you, then, you know, it is what it is. But I've lived on my own for 2 years now. The first year I moved out, I was living in college apartments with other college kids, and I had roommates and stuff like that. And then these past 2 years, I've been kind of living on my own in a new place, not near any people my age, kind of like out in the real world. And if you're somebody who's young and looking to do that, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be hard at first. Like you think that you're so ready to get out of your hometown and you can't wait to be alone. Like it's hard to leave a place that you've been your whole fucking life. But I'm also here to tell you that if you want to be better and you want to make something of yourself, it's what has to happen. The most important thing is just to stay on the path that you want to go. Whether that be sports, fitness, content creation, or anything else. The few that I listed are my personal interests that I work towards every day. And not every day feels like progress, but I just know that I'm chipping away slowly at my goals, and eventually I will get there. Nothing you wanna do is gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take fucking time, and that's okay. But you know, you get one fucking shot at this life. So go fucking live it, baby.